Hi, everybody. Namaste. Welcome to practice. I am calling this practice Clear and Purify. So, this practice is just intended to support our body's natural detoxification processes. We're going to be focusing on more dynamic movements, twists, as well as movements that encourage contraction followed by release. We'll also do a little breath work practice in there. I'm going to suggest for this practice that you have a block, but it's also okay if you don't have any props. We are going to start lying on our backs today, and so I'm going to invite you to start lying down in Shavasana. So coming all the way down onto your back, extending the legs, taking the arms down by your sides, just taking a few moments here first to settle in, to make any little micro adjustments that you need to make, to invite in a little more ease into your body. And you can close your eyes or find a soft, still gaze. And just taking a few moments here to connect to your breath. And if connecting to your breath is in any way anxiety producing, just connect to whatever helps to presence you here. Otherwise, just noticing the breath. Noticing the subtle sensations that accompany each inhalation and each exhalation. And then perhaps beginning to invite a slightly deeper, slightly more expansive breath. So drawing the breath down into the low ribs, really filling up laterally. So breathing into all sides of your rib cage. We'll take one or two more breaths. And then from here, I'm going to invite you to contract every muscle of your body. So what this will look like is we'll breathe in, we'll contract everything. So you're going to make fists, you're going to contract your thighs, your glutes, your abs, your face, everything, maybe lifting the shoulders up to your ears. So really finding this full body contraction during that pause between inhalation and exhalation. And then as you exhale, you'll release and relax your entire body. Okay, so we'll do that 3 times total. So we'll take a full breath in and then go ahead and contract everything, holding that inhalation, and then exhale, let it go. And you can exhale through the mouth if that feels good. Then just take a normal breath in between. And then once again, as you inhale, drawing that breath in through the nose, holding at the top as you contract all of your muscles. Really squeeze your thighs, your glutes, your abs. Pull your shoulders up, clench your fists, your face. And then exhale, let it go. Again, take a normal breath. And then one more. Inhale fully. And then engage all of the muscles in your body. Really make yourself nice and tight. And then exhale, let it all go. Take a breath. And then from here, we'll draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here, rocking side to side. And then from here, we'll come back to center. And with the inner knees together, we're going to circle the knees to the right 3 times. And then to the left 3 times. Good. And then from here, we'll bring the arms out to the sides, palms pressing down into the ground. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, let your knees travel to the left. It could be just a little, it could be a lot. And then exhale the legs back to center. Inhale, knees to the right. Exhale, knees to center. Inhale, knees to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale, knees to the right. Exhale, center. One more time. Inhale to the left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. And exhale, center. Good. Take your hands to the backs of your thighs. Rock up to a seated position. And you can either sit cross-legged, however you might want to prop underneath your seat here, or you can join me in Vajrasana, either sitting back on the heels, or I like to place a block between my ankles and sit up on that block. So we're going to move into a technique called Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is considered to be both a pranayama or breath technique, as well as a kriya or cleansing technique, because it really purifies the body via the breath. This technique is really meant to remove dullness from the mind. So if you watched my video on Kapha, you know that one of the symptoms of too much kapha in your system is dullness in the mind. So Kapalabhati is skull shining breath. It is meant to eliminate dullness from the mind. It's also it also builds a lot of heat. So this is a fire practice. So the contraindications for this practice would be if you already have a lot of fire in your system. And how do you know if you have a lot of fire? Well, if you experience things like acid reflux, loose stools, if you have a lot of skin redness and skin eruptions like acne and rashes, if you are quick to anger, irritable, that kind of thing, then we actually just want to skip this practice and you can just breathe naturally. Other contraindications would be asthma, headaches, migraines, that kind of thing. So you can always just skip this practice and just either watch or just focus on smooth, steady breathing in and out through your nose. So if you are going to perform this practice with me, make sure that it's in the morning. So if you're doing this practice in the evening, it's too stimulating. So make sure you're practicing this in the morning on an empty stomach. So if you've eaten a meal within the last 2 hours, again, just skip it and just breathe naturally. So Kapalabhati, we're going to start really slow. Unless you've been practicing this for a long time, then you can actually do a much quicker breath. But Kapalabhati, basically, we're going to inhale through the nose. We're going to exhale a short, quick exhalation through the nose. And as we do that, we're going to contract the belly, and this contraction occurs just below the navel. So it's important that we keep the belly soft And we exhale that short exhalation out. The inhalation just kind of happens spontaneously. And the belly will just naturally expand out on the inhalation. Okay, so it looks like this. I'm just going to show you one round first. So okay, so we're just going to do that a few times. We'll breathe just normally, naturally in between. We'll take 3 rounds total. We're not going to do this very long. This is kind of an advanced practice, or it can be. So you just want to be mindful and just keeping the breath smooth and rhythmic as much as possible. Okay? So if you are joining me, we'll take a full breath in and begin. Good. Release the breath. Inhale. Nice long exhale. And then we'll take another round. So inhale and begin. Good. Release. Inhale. Exhale. And one more round. Inhale and begin. And release the breath. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to begin Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi breath, also known as victorious breath, is victory over the mind, but it's also a gentle heating breath as well. So in Ujjayi breath, we find that gentle contraction in the back of the throat. It's the same action we create when we whisper or want to fog up a mirror. Okay, so we'll just try it a couple times, inhaling through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth like we're trying to fog up that mirror. And if you want to place your hand out in front to feel that warmth and heat, you can do that. So take a full breath in and then exhale. We also want to make sure that that exhalation is not super forceful. It's just a gentle contraction. It's not, okay? So just a gentle contraction in the back of the throat. We'll do that again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now we're going to take that same breath, but as we exhale, same sound, but we're going to keep the lips together. So inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Oh, sorry, lips together. Good. Now we want to maintain that same contraction as we inhale. So inhale, exhale. And then we want to just see if we can make that sound a little bit more subtle so that the sound is only heard from within rather than if you had somebody sitting right next to you. We actually want to not make it so obvious to our neighbor. Okay, so just finding that subtle sound. Good. And then from here, we'll open the eyes. We're going to make our way to hands and knees. We want to see if we can just kind of maintain Ujjayi breath throughout our practice. Okay, so coming to hands and knees, finding tabletop, so really anchoring the hands down into your mat, gently pushing the floor away, shoulder blades nice and firm on the back of the body. And then we'll start with that cow cat. So as you inhale, belly drops towards the earth, tail and crown reach to the sky. And then exhale, tail and crown reach towards the earth. Inhale, opening up through front body. Exhale, opening up through back body. And just continue now at your own pace, really syncing up movement with your breath rhythm. And then on your next inhalation, find that neutral spine. We're going to anchor down through the left hand and then send the right arm up towards the sky. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, just threading the needle but hovering your right arm above the floor. Inhale back up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle and hover. Inhale, reach. Exhale, this time either right forearm to the floor or right shoulder to the floor. And then take your left hand and extend it towards the front of your mat. You can just bring it be on your fingertips here as you gently draw your left outer hip back a little bit more. And maybe you stay here, or maybe take that left arm up and wrap it behind your back for a half bind. Continuing to take that smooth, steady breath. And then from here, left hand comes back underneath that left shoulder. Inhale, push into the left palm, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, right hand to the ground. And then moving to that second side, inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, hover. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hover. Inhale, reach. This time, either left forearm to the floor or left shoulder to the floor. And again, reaching the right fingertips forward, draw that right outer hip back. Stay here or take your right arm behind your back. Good. And then right hand comes to the floor. Inhale, sweeping that left arm up, and left hand comes down to the ground. Okay, from here, we're going to send the hips back towards the heels, slide the hands forward so arms are more active, just allowing the forehead to hover above the ground. And then as you inhale, come forward into a modified plank pose. Exhale, back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward, and now exhale and lower down. Anchoring through your pelvis, anchoring through your feet. Inhale, float the chest, low cobra. Maybe push into the palms of the hands, lift the chest a little higher. Or maybe straightening the arms, lifting the knees and thighs, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And then from here, we'll bring the knees to the ground. We'll tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And right away, go ahead and pedal your heels. So just bending one knee at a time.
Good. And then settling in to stillness. Knees can stay a little bit bent if you need to, especially if you notice that as the heels move down towards the mat, the tailbone tucks under. We want to liberate the tailbone. So we're not overly arched in the lower back, but just finding that neutral spine. Okay, taking one more full breath. And then go ahead and walk your feet up to your hands. Take your feet hips width distance apart, feet parallel to one another. Inhale to a halfway lift. So fingertips can be on the floor, hands can be at the shins. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, push into the feet, lift the chest, circle the arms outward, upward, reach. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. We're going to start with Surya Namaskara A, Sun Salutation A. I'll give you some options for just different variations here as well. So take a breath. And then inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to come back into our plank pose. So you can step back on this first one, either full plank or knees to the mat for modified plank. We'll take a full breath in, really push the floor away, pull your hands and feet kind of towards one another, and then exhale, bend the elbows lower down to your mat. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle in for about 3 to 5 breaths. You also have the option to be in child's pose. On your next inhalation, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend the knees. Take your hips back towards your heels. Look forward towards the front of the mat like you're about to pounce. And then from here, you can step or you can hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the chest, circle the arms outward, upward, reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now this time as you exhale, maybe bending the knees, palms to the mat, kind of gazing forward. And you can either step back to your plank or we'll hop back and lower right away. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settling in 3 to 5 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, walk or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back and lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step, walk or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. From here, we're going to come, or actually, we'll inhale the arms up to the sky. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart, come into your chair. Utkatasana. So feet are parallel, okay? Feet pointed straight forward. Knees tracking in the same line as the toes. We'd want to make sure that the feet aren't turned out or the knees aren't buckling inward. You can also have your feet together if you'd like, so big toes touching, maybe a slight space between the heels to keep the feet parallel. We're going to take a full breath in here. And then we're going to twist to the right. And you can either take your right elbow to your right inner thigh, your left outer thigh. I'm sorry, we're going to twist. Yeah, twist to the right. I'm going to mirror you. So, sorry, left elbow to left inner thigh or right outer thigh. Or you can even hover above. So you don't have to come into touching or connecting elbow to thigh. Okay, so twisting right. Okay, and we're going to hold this for a few breaths. You also want to make sure we're not twisting at the hips. So notice if one knee is way out in front of the other knee. Good. And then inhale, we're going to reach up. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. Come back into that chair squat. Full breath in here. Exhale, twisting left. So right elbow now inside right thigh or outside of a left thigh. Or again, hovering. And just finding your focal point, finding that still gaze, steady breath. If you're able to, staying with that ujjayi breath, okay, that subtle sound in the back of the throat. Good. Then inhale, we're going to reach up. Now we're going to move into a more dynamic movement. So as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart, sit down, twist right. Inhale, come back up, reach. Exhale, hands to heart, sit down, twist left. Inhale, stand up, reach. Exhale, twisting right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, reach. Now exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, we'll step the right foot back and lower the right knee to the mat. Rooting through that left foot. Inhale, reach up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, here. Exhale, twisting left. So right elbow to left thigh, or again, you can hover above. Again, we're going to hold that for a few breaths. So finding your focal point, smooth, steady ujjayi breath. And then inhale, we'll reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, step your right foot between your hands, left knee to the mat. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause here, inhale. Exhale, twist right. So left elbow towards left thigh. Again, find your focal point and just smooth, steady breaths. That's the name of the game here. Just focusing on breath, steady gaze. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step forward with that left foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back, left knee to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause here, take a full breath in. Exhale, again, twisting right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause, take a full breath in. Exhale, twisting left. And again, keeping that steady gaze, that really is helpful in soothing those fluctuations of the mind. When the mind gets kind of anxious, like, when are we going to move on? How long do I have to hold this? And just really bringing attention to one point is so helpful. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to take one more round of that same sequence, now more dynamic. Okay, so inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to bend the knees, twist right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, twist left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, right knee to the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart, twist left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, left knee to the ground. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart, twist right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Second side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back, right knee to the mat. Oh, no, I lied. Left foot back, left knee to the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, twist right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee to the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, twist left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Stepping forward, halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Release your arms down by your sides. Now we're going to do a little bit of contraction and release. So from here, I want you to have the feet about hips width apart. Just a little bend in the knees. Bring your arms out in front of your thighs, almost imagining you're holding on to heavy weights. Okay, from here, we're going to draw the chin to the chest. We're going to contract through the front body, slowly rolling down. Keep that bend in the knees. If you need to make the bend a little deeper, you can do that. But just rolling down through your full range. And then push into the feet. Keep contracting through the belly. Slowly coming up. Now, as you lengthen through the crown of the head, lift your shoulders up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. And then from here, we're going to lift the breastbone up. Good. Exhale. Release the arms down in front. Little bend in the knees. Again, imagine you're holding those heavy weights. Slowly drawing chin to chest. Contracting through the belly. Lowering down. Pushing into the feet. Rising back up as you get to the top. Lift the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. From here, anchoring down through the tailbone. Heart lifts, opening up through front body. And then exhale. Release the arms. Beautiful. From here, standing at the top of the mat, join the palms. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you can bend the knees, palms to the mat, either step or hop back and lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot forward, crescent warrior. We're going to stay on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart, hinge forward, projected lunge. Full breath in here. Exhale, twisting right, left elbow to right knee or thigh. Okay, another option is, if this feels like too much, hand to the block, right hand to the thigh. Could also bring that left knee back to the ground if needed. Good. Now from here, we're going to inhale, come up into our warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, take a full breath in, full breath out. We're going to gaze out over that right middle finger, taking several breaths. I am definitely feeling this. It was leg day this morning, so a little shaky here. Good. From here, side angle pose, right elbow to right thigh, left arm reaching up and over. You can also grab a block here, right hand to the block, left arm reaching up and over. Staying here, or we're going to take that left arm, reach it up, wrap it behind, either half bind, or maybe you want to reach underneath that right thigh with your right hand, full bind. You find what works for you. And breathing here. Finding that focal point. Smooth, steady Ujjayi breath.
Good. Looking down, release the bind if you have it. Reach that left arm up and over, and then pivot onto the ball of the left foot. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot forward. We're on the ball of that right foot. Inhale, reaching up, crescent warrior. Exhale, hinge forward, projected lunge. Full breath in. Exhale, twisting left. Again, hand can be on the block, left hand on the thigh, or right knee on the ground. Good. From here, we're going to ground through that back heel, rise up into our warrior two. Take a moment here to really set the foundation for the posture. Okay. So if you need to do any adjustments of your feet, you can do that. And then gazing out over that left middle finger. From here, side angle pose. Elbow to thigh, right arm reaching up and over. Maybe hand to a block. From here, you can take that right arm up and behind, half bind, or maybe full bind. Okay. Turning the chest and the gaze towards the ceiling. Find that focal point. Return attention to your breath. Okay. Just bringing full presence here. Notice the stories the mind likes to create. See if we can let go. You can let go of story. And just be with the pure sensation of this moment, this breath. Good. From here, we're going to release that right arm, take it up and over, and then slowly pivot onto the ball of that right foot. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. On your next breath, inhale the right leg back up. From here, maybe bending the right knee. Maybe stacking right hip over left. We want to try to keep the shoulders pretty level and stable. And then single leg pigeon, right knee behind right wrist, left knee maybe sliding back a little bit more. Now, if this does not work for any reason in your body, if this pose does not feel good, I'm going to invite you to come down onto your back into this supine pigeon or figure four stretch on your back. Okay. If you're good here, we're going to take the left elbow over to the right, in front of the right knee, palms together here. So we're coming into this pigeon twist. If you're on your back, an option for you to come into that twist is left foot to the floor, and then let your legs tip over to the left. And you can even hold that ankle and extend the right arm. Okay, so find what works for you. You can also bring a block underneath that elbow. Sometimes that's helpful, or even a block underneath your hip. Okay, so settling into the pose. Good. And then we'll come back to center. So if you're on your back, you can just lift the legs up to center. We're going to inhale, take a moment here to really lift and lengthen. So we're up on the fingertips. And then from here, slowly hinging forward, forearms to the floor. Again, maybe on a block, maybe a forehead or a block underneath your forehead. And once again, if you are on your back, you're going to draw the knees in and just be here. Just taking one more breath. And then if you're on your back, I'm just going to have you stay here, but you'll release the feet to the floor and just pause here, especially if you're going to take the second side, just stay on your back. If you're in single leg pigeon, slowly rising up to the palms of your hands, tuck your back toes under, step back into your downward facing dog. On your next breath, inhale your left leg to the sky. Maybe bend the knee, maybe stack the hip. And then left knee behind left wrist, or if you're on your back, left ankle to right thigh. From here, moving into that pigeon twist. So right elbow in front of the left knee. Palms can come together. If that's a little bit too much, you can always move the elbow a little bit more towards the center of your mat. Okay, so it doesn't have to be quite as deep of a twist. Again, if you're on your back, you can let your legs tip over to the right. Good. And then if you're on your back, coming back to center. If you're in single leg pigeon, we'll rise up onto the fingertips. Take a moment here to lift, lengthening through the front body. And then from here, releasing. Again, if you're on your back, drawing those legs in. We'll take just a couple more breaths here. And then if you're on your back, feet to the floor, pull your knees into your chest. Hands to the backs of your thighs. We'll rock up to a seated position. If you are in single leg pigeon, once again, just step it back into your downward dog. And then make your way to the floor. Okay. So from here, we're going to extend the left leg forward, pull the right foot in. We're going to take the hands behind us, either fingertips pointed forward, or you can turn your fingertips out if that feels a little bit better in your wrists. Okay, we're going to start to really lift the chest up towards the sky. Okay, almost a little bit of contraction through the back body, staying here, or pushing into the right foot through the hands, lifting up. And then slowly lowering your hips down. We're going to walk the fingertips in from here, taking that right arm up and then reaching it forward inside the right leg. And then either hands can come to the floor, or we're going to reach around that right leg. Maybe left arm reaches behind the back for Marichyasana A. Just finding that fold. Good. And then inhale, coming up. We're going to take the right hand behind us, left arm to the sky. Exhale, left hand to right leg, twisting to the right, gazing back over that right shoulder. Good. And then slowly unwind. We'll switch to the second side. Just going to flip it around here. So right leg is extended, left foot pulls in. We're going to take the hands behind the hips, fingertips either pointed forward or turned out to the sides. From here, again, draw the shoulder heads back, heart to the sky. You can always stay here or push into that left foot and through the hands. Right foot down towards the floor as the hips lift. And just keep the neck in alignment with the spine here. Good. And then lowering the hips, walk the fingertips towards your hips. Find that tall spine. Left arm to the sky, reach it forward. And again, either hands on either side of the right leg or reaching that left arm around. And then just folding here. Also, I think it's totally fine to have your left sitting bone off the floor. Sometimes we hear that we need to have the hip on the floor, but just doing the best you can here. Good. And then inhale, we're going to take that left arm behind you, right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand to left knee, gazing back over the left shoulder. Good. And then slowly unwind. From here, go ahead and scooch up towards the top of your mat and make your way down to your back. We'll bring the feet flat on the floor, about hips width apart. Knees to the sky, arms down by your sides. From here, we're going to gently press the low back towards the ground, push into the feet, lift the hips. So finding more of a hip hinge at first, and then from here pushing into the arms, drawing the shoulder heads underneath the chest, lifting up through the breastbone, maybe interlace the fingers here. Find your bridge. Good. And then from here, releasing the hands and slowly lowering your hips down to the ground. And just taking a moment here. Maybe you want to just let the knees drop to the left and to the right. Sometimes that can feel like a gentle clearing of the lower back. Good. And then we're going to draw the knees into the chest. Really bring the thighs close to the belly.
Keeping the knees in this position, we're going to roll completely to the left. So right knee is stacked on top of left. You can hold that outer right knee with your left hand and then open into the supine twist. Good. And then we'll bring the knees back up, pause for a moment, and then move to the other side. So over to the right, right hand to outer left knee, right arm, yeah, left arm can extend, turning the chin maybe towards the left. Again, smooth, steady breath. So maintaining breath. Good. And then from here, coming back up to center, we'll bring the feet to the floor and then bring the soles of the feet together, knees opening up, maybe cactus the arms or just kind of find wherever it feels good. Just opening up the front body. And if this doesn't feel that great, you can also just have the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Maybe take the legs nice and wide here. Okay, so finding that right position for your body to just open up. Really drawing the breath down into the space of the abdomen, sides of the waist, lower back. And one more breath. And then from here, we'll bring the knees together, extend the legs, finding our Shavasana. If there's anything else you need, however, you're welcome to find that. Just really take your time settling in. Make those little micro adjustments you need to make to find a little more ease. And then really give yourself permission to rest. Taking this time to integrate your practice and to just be. There's nothing to do here. Just be.
Returning your attention to your breath. Just noticing the breath. And then if it feels good, inviting a slightly deeper, more expansive breath. Really envision filling or expanding that breath into every area of your body, every cell, filling those cells with prana, that life force energy. And then from here, inviting some gentle movement into your body. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. You can circle your wrists, your ankles, maybe finding a stretch. And gently rolling to one side of your body. Just taking your time here. When you're ready, rising to a comfortable seat. And as you come to that comfortable seat, just taking a moment here to root your sitting bones down, but then really feeling that rebound of energy that moves up the spine. So enlivening your body. Okay. Finding that open heart, joining palms together in front of your heart. Just taking another moment here for stillness, for presence, maybe for gratitude. Maybe thanking your body for all of the hard work that it does beneath the surface. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. May the merit of this practice be to the liberation of all beings. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Hari Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.